right, so the next green sheet of paper that you'll be receiving has, I think the numbers 23, 24, 25. I don't remember exactly because the copier messed up like I said. But on these, notice how these are already graphed. What we're going to learn how to do now is to read the graph, figure out where the integer's at, figure out what inequality sign goes with it, and what integer goes with it as well to write an inequality statement. So on the other ones, they already gave you the inequality statement, but we're going to write the inequality statement. And in my opinion, this is fairly simple. So I'm going to start with number 23. So I notice that the circle is on -5. So my first thing I like to do is I like to go ahead and write my integer to help out with my inequality. Next thing I like to do is I like to say, is it an open or a closed circle? Well, I see that it's open, which means it's either going to be a greater than sign or a less than sign because there's no line underneath it. And I see that it's being shaded to the right, so that means I know that it's going to be greater than. So when I draw my inequality sign, it should also be going to the right. And then you can use whatever variable you want. You can use X, you can use Y, you can use Z, whatever variable you want. The only thing I'm definitely going to be checking for is did you use the right integer and the right inequality sign. All right, let's try number 24. Number 24 reads, I see that the closed circle is on +5. So I like to write my number first. Then I like to say, is it an open or a closed circle? And which way is it going? Well, I see it's a closed circle. So I know on my inequality, automatically, it's going to have a line underneath it. But I see that it's being shaded to the right, so I can say that it's going to be greater than or equal to, and then use whatever variable you want. Let's try 25. On 25, the first thing I see is that the circle is located on -2. So I'm going to go ahead and write my -2. Then I'm going to ask myself, is it an open or a closed circle? That is open, so I should not have a line underneath it. But I need to see which way it's being shaded. It's being shaded to the right, so therefore it's going to be greater than. Because remember, I like to say that greater and right both have G's and R's to help you remember. And then, like I said, you can use whatever variable you want. Let's look at 26. On number 26, I see that it is a closed circle on the integer -5. I see that it's closed, so I'm going to include my line underneath my inequality sign. And I see it's being shaded to the right, so I'm going to draw my inequality sign and whatever variable you want to use. I know this is kind of backwards compared to what you think about, but if you can think about this as a relationship to where it's at on the number line, that is much easier than trying to figure out the inequality sign before its relationship to the number line. Okay? So what I want you to do is I want you to try the ones on your worksheet, because what we're going to do is we're going to cut and paste these into our interactive notebook, but hopefully I should be back in time for that. And we have one more worksheet that we're going to work on, and hopefully I should be back in time for that. Okay? I'm sorry, third period. Y'all are awesome for being patient with me, and I love you very much.